Welcome to the Epic Dad Show. This is your host, Fraser Cameron, and I am coming to you still from the southwest of France. I do apologise because in the background there is a pneumatic pump or drill of some sort doing some renovations to a house 4 or 5 houses over, but it's a relatively nice day out there, so the sound is carrying. So if you can hear that in the background, I do apologise. But I want to talk to you today about the long jump and how it can relate to you making the leap from success to fulfillment. Right? We hear all the time statements, and look, I've been guilty of saying it myself, you've got to take the leap, you've just got to take that big jump and try it. And whilst in essence that's true, it's not the best way to go about it. And let me tell you why. Let's consider the long jump for a moment. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, you're trying to jump as far as you can off a board from an athletic track runway into a pit, right? But you don't just jump, you run up and take that jump. You build up your speed, you build up your momentum, you build up the flow, and then you take off, maximizing the distance that you travel. Much like a plane taking off, having to build up speed, so when it finally lifts up in the air, it's got enough momentum and enough energy, so it flies into the sky. It's the same with you taking that leap from success to fulfillment. If you don't have that momentum, if you don't take those little steps and build up the speed, then you won't jump as far. You either won't make it into the pit, or you'll get too scared that it's too far to jump across and not make the effort. So the outcome is either way, you don't make it. You don't get to the outcome you desire. You don't achieve fulfillment, and you get stuck in success land, which doesn't sound so bad, but it is the comfort zone where nothing grows but regret and frustration, and ultimately where you're left living someone else's life. And it's the whole thing we here at Epic Dads are trying to help you avoid. We want you to leap to fulfillment, but it does take a whole bunch of little steps. It's about getting clear on the outcome you want, where you want to land, what fulfillment looks like for you, and then reverse engineering what it is you need to do this month, this week, today, this hour, this second, in order to achieve that desired outcome. It's really about getting clear on the simple actions you need to take day in, day out. It's not so much about that big leap at the end, right? If you get all the little steps right, then the big leap is much simpler, much easier, and much more impactful. But too often we focus too much on the big leap and we forget about the small steps. But it's the small steps that ultimately make the biggest impact, right? Because it enables us to take a much bigger leap. And the bigger the leap, the more fulfillment, the more excitement, the more energy, the more happiness, the more impact you make. And that's ultimately what we're here to do, right? Well, that's my perception, my perspective, my belief, my feeling on what we're here to do on this amazing place that we call planet Earth. So I want you to think about the long jump or a plane taking off. I want you to think about building that momentum, that speed, that energy, that flow, that rhythm as you move down the runway. So when you hit that takeoff point, where you hit the takeoff board from a long jump perspective, or that point on the runway where the plane's got to take off, you absolutely can fly. You can fly to wherever it is you want to get to. Because for me, those consistent daily actions, those consistent little steps, building up the speed, is the difference between making it and not quite hitting it, right? And fulfillment is something you should want to make. Fulfillment is that thing where you get to live the life that you want. Capital Y-O-U here, you. Not what I think you should have, not what someone else thinks you should have, not what the media tells us we should have, but what you want. No should or no need, but want. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how you can apply the long jump analogy, how you can apply the long jump philosophy to what it is you're doing. I spoke to a client the other night. He had identified this amazing outcome that he wanted, but he was saying, it seems like a massive leap. That's where we talked about the long jump philosophy. That's where we talked about the little steps, building up the momentum to enable the leap at the end, to enable the achievement of the outcome. Think about that for you. I want you to think about your runway. I want you to think about your build-up. I want you to think about your run-up. Get that sorted, and the rest will essentially take care of itself. Focus on the run-up. Focus on the daily actions with that clear outcome in mind, and you will do epic things. Can't wait to come to you again tomorrow. Just a short and sweet one today. But I want you to focus on that runway, that run-up, and creating momentum. Every little step counts. Till we talk again, please be 100% epic, and I will be back again tomorrow with some more meanderings, some more thoughts from the southwest of France from me here at Epic Dads. Talk soon.